10 Signs You're Dealing with an Evil Person. Introduction. In a world full of complex personalities, it's not always easy to spot malevolent behavior. However, some individuals exhibit traits that go beyond mere selfishness or manipulation. They're truly malicious. Understanding the signs of an evil person can help you protect yourself and your loved ones from their harmful influence. This script delves into 10 clear signs that someone might have a malevolent nature. By identifying these traits, you'll be better equipped to handle toxic situations and prioritize your well-being. Sign 1. They lack empathy. Empathy is a fundamental human trait that allows us to connect and care for one another. However, an evil person often shows a complete lack of empathy. How to recognize it? They dismiss others' feelings, show no remorse for causing pain, and act indifferent to suffering. Examples: imagine sharing a painful experience with someone, only for them to respond with coldness or even mockery. Impact: without empathy, they can inflict harm without guilt, making them dangerous in relationships or workplaces. Transition: empathy is a cornerstone of humanity. Without it, the capacity for evil grows unchecked. This leads to our next sign: malicious manipulation. Sign 2, they are master manipulators. An evil person often uses manipulation as a weapon to control and exploit others for their gain. Tactics: gaslighting, lying, guilt-tripping, or exploiting vulnerabilities. Case study: a coworker who deliberately sabotages your work, then frames you as incompetent to gain favor with the boss. Red flags: they twist facts, make you doubt your reality, or play the victim to gain sympathy. Transition: manipulation is a subtle yet devastating weapon, but evil individuals also employ more overt tactics like cruelty. Sign 3, they enjoy others' suffering. This sign is chilling. Evil people often derive pleasure from causing or witnessing pain in others. Behavior patterns: bullying, humiliation, or delighting in someone's failure. Psychological explanation: this sadistic tendency reveals a profound lack of moral conscience. Example: a neighbor who spreads false rumors to ruin someone's reputation and finds joy in the chaos it creates. Transition: cruelty in action is one thing, but the intent behind it reveals even darker depths, like in our next sign. Sign 4, they lie pathologically. Lying comes naturally to an evil person because truth is irrelevant to them. How it manifests: lies to manipulate, evade responsibility, or create conflict. Consequences: their dishonesty can destroy trust, relationships, and reputations. Example: a friend who invents false stories about others to isolate you from your social circle. Transition: lying corrodes trust, but even more insidious is how these individuals justify their behavior. Sign 5, they never take responsibility. Evil individuals often refuse to take accountability for their actions, shifting blame onto others instead. How they operate: denial, deflection, and scapegoating. Example: a partner who cheats but accuses you of being too inattentive, framing you as the reason for their infidelity. Why this matters. Title: 10 Signs You're Dealing with an Evil Person. Sign 6, they exploit others for personal gain. Evil people treat others not as equals but as tools to achieve their goals, showing no concern for the harm they cause. To them, relationships are transactional, and they'll use whatever means necessary to get what they want. Tactics: exploitation often involves using charm to deceive, stealing credit for work, or manipulating others' emotions to extract favors. Financial exploitation is another common strategy, borrowing money they never intend to repay or pressuring people into unfair arrangements. Example: picture a colleague who befriends you, gains your trust, and then uses your kindness to advance their career. They might ask for help on projects, steal your ideas, or leverage your efforts to gain recognition, leaving you feeling used and undervalued. Impact: the victims of such behavior often experience betrayal, guilt, and a diminished sense of self-worth. They may also become wary of future relationships, fearing they'll be taken advantage of again. Transition: exploitation may be subtle or disguised as friendliness, but some individuals take it a step further with overt and aggressive control tactics. Sign 7, they seek control and dominate. Evil individuals thrive on dominance, finding satisfaction in exerting control over others. This need often stems from a deep-seated insecurity or an insatiable hunger for power. Behavior. Their controlling nature can manifest in micromanaging others' actions, imposing unfair rules, or using threats and intimidation to maintain control. They might also manipulate information to keep others in the dark, ensuring their reliance on the controller. Example: a family member who manipulates finances to keep others dependent on them is a classic example. By controlling access to money, they ensure that their authority remains unchallenged. Similarly, a controlling partner might dictate every aspect of the relationship, from what you wear to whom you talk to, isolating you from your support system. Psychological insight. This behavior often stems from fear. Fear of being powerless, fear of abandonment, or fear of irrelevance. By controlling others, they create a false sense of security and superiority. Impact. Living under someone's control is emotionally draining. It erodes self-confidence, fosters resentment, and may even lead to physical or emotional harm. Transition. Control often leads to a disregard for personal and emotional boundaries, which brings us to the next sign. Sign 8. They disrespect boundaries. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, but evil people often trample on boundaries, both physical and emotional, without hesitation. Signs of boundary violations. These individuals may invade personal space, demand access to private information, or ignore clear requests for privacy. For instance, they might pressure you to reveal secrets, share sensitive details, or conform to their expectations without considering your comfort. Examples: a partner who insists on checking your phone without permission, justifying their actions as concern for the relationship, is disregarding your boundaries. Similarly, a friend who constantly overshares and demands the same in return, ignoring your desire for personal privacy, exemplifies this trait. Impact. Over time, this behavior destroys trust and creates an environment of fear, frustration, and resentment. Victims may feel trapped or powerless to enforce their boundaries, further enabling the toxic behavior. Transition. A disregard for boundaries often stems from an inflated sense of self-importance, which is the hallmark of the next sign. Sign 9. They have a grandiose sense of self. Evil individuals often exhibit narcissistic tendencies, believing they are superior to others. This arrogance blinds them to the needs and feelings of those around them. Traits. A grandiose sense of self manifests as entitlement, an inflated ego, and a need for constant admiration. These individuals may dismiss others' opinions, assuming they always know best. Example: a boss who brushes off employees' ideas as inferior or irrelevant while constantly asserting their own brilliance exemplifies this behavior. Their arrogance may alienate